Hello children, today we will revise midpoint theorem, converse of the theorem and intercept theorem and few questions based on the theorem. So what is midpoint theorem? First you will see the video lectures of this chapter carefully, completely, then you will see this video for revision. So what is midpoint theorem? Midpoint theorem is applicable in a single triangle. Midpoint theorem is applicable in a single triangle. What is the statement? Line segment joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel and equal to half of the third side. This is called midpoint theorem. It means in midpoint theorem, midpoint of any two sides are given. Suppose these two sides are given midpoints. Suppose this is D, this is E. So midpoint of any two sides are given. So when we join these 2 points, we will getting the line segment D. Then D will be parallel to AC and D will be half of AC. Correct? So this is midpoint theorem. Correct? Now, what is the converse of the theorem? Converse means, in converse, only one. See, in midpoint theorem, two conditions were given. And converse also two conditions are there. Here what are the two conditions? The two conditions are midpoint of any two sides are given. Two conditions, midpoints of any two sides. In converse, what is given? See. So in converse of midpoint theorem, what is given? Again two conditions. One condition is midpoint of any one side is given and the line segment from this midpoint is parallel to the second side. Correct? Then this line segment will divide the remaining third side in equal parts. It means, what is the statement? Line segment joining the midpoint of any one side and parallel to second side. Line segment joining the midpoint of one side parallel to second side, divide the third side into equal parts. It means, what is the requirement? E is midpoint of any one side. Here it is BC, and from the midpoint the line segment must be parallel to the second side. It means also what is given? D is parallel to AC. These two conditions are required for applying midpoint converse theorem. Applying the converse of these two conditions are required for applying the converse of midpoint theorem. And what is the result? The result is this line segment will divide the remaining third side in equal parts. It means DB is equal to DA, or D is midpoint of AB. Correct? D is midpoint of AB. So this is converse of the theorem. Clear? So we will solve or we will prove some questions based on this from your last of the pages. That is last of the book set, where sets are given from there. So from the end of your book, some question bank sets are given. I have taken set 6 and page QB8. Question number 1. D is any point on AC in triangle ABC. So suppose this is a triangle ABC. D is any point on AC in triangle ABC. D is any point. P, Q, X and Y are the midpoints of AB, BC, AD and DC respectively. It means P is the midpoint of AB. Okay. Q is the midpoint of BC. Okay. Now X is the midpoint of AD and Y is the midpoint of DC. So nothing is mentioned about D. D is any point on side AC. Now show that Px is equal to Qy. So Px means we have to join this Px correct and Qy. So we have to show that Px is equal to Qy correct. So for this we will join BD. We will join BD so that we can apply midpoint theorem. Why? Remember, midpoint theorem is applicable in a single triangle. So if you will take triangle ABD, okay, if you will take triangle ABD, in triangle ABD, X is the midpoint of AD and P is the midpoint of AB, correct? X is midpoint of AD and P is midpoint of AB. So we can apply midpoint theorem, that is this line segment Px will be Px is equal to half of BD and Px will be parallel to BD, correct? Similarly, we can apply midpoint theorem in triangle BDC also. This is from midpoint theorem, correct? In triangle BDC also, Y is midpoint of DC and Q is midpoint of BC. It means QY will be equal to half of BD and QY will be parallel to BD. So Px is half of BD, Qy is also half of BD. It means both are same. Therefore, or you can write both the values what? Both the values are same. What? Px is equal to Qy is equal to half of BD. It means Px is equal to Qy. Clear? Proved. Next. Now next question is question number 2. What is the question? In triangle ABC, AD is median. It means AD is median, D is midpoint of BC when AD is median, and E is the midpoint of AD and E is the midpoint of AD. BE is joined and produced to meet AC at F. Prove that AF is equal to 1 by 3 of AC. So for this we have to do some construction. So construction is join or draw DG parallel to DF or EF, whatever. Draw DG parallel to EF or clear? So what is the advantage if you will take DG parallel to EF? See, now take the triangle BFC. In triangle BFC, so triangle BFC, what is the advantage? D is the midpoint of BC, correct? And DG is parallel to EF or BF, whatever you can take, BF, FB, whatever. Clear? So what is the advantage? See, D is the midpoint of BC and DG is parallel to BF. It means what we can apply? Converse of midpoint theorem. Why? The condition is given what? In a triangle, if two conditions are given, which two conditions? D is midpoint of one side, from the midpoint line segment is parallel to the second side. Therefore, by the converse, this line segment will divide this third side in equal parts. So, by the converse of midpoint theorem, what? D is midpoint of BC, D is midpoint of BC and DG is parallel to BF. Therefore, by converse of midpoint theorem, G is midpoint of FC. G is midpoint of FC. The reason is converse of midpoint theorem. Correct? So it means these two parts are equal. What? This is x, this is also x. Correct? Next we can apply, now take the triangle. We can take the triangle ADG. Now we can take the triangle ADG. See, ADG, this triangle. Sorry, not this, ADG. So A, D, G, E, F. Already these two are parallel. Correct? E is midpoint of AD. Correct? Again we are going to apply converse of midpoint theorem. Why? E is midpoint of AD. This is given. EF is parallel to DG. Already we have taken by construction. It means again by using converse of midpoint theorem, these two parts will be same. It means AF is equal to FG. These two parts are same and this can be written as half of AG. Correct? So see, already this part we have taken x. It means this will be also x. Already this is x. This will be also x. So x, x, x. It means AF is x and this is nothing but 1/3 of AC, you can see. Correct? First we have proved G is midpoint of FC. We have taken these two parts as x. By converse of midpoint theorem in triangle BFC. Again using converse of midpoint theorem in triangle ADG. E is midpoint, EF is parallel to DG. It means F will be the midpoint of AG. It means this part is x, therefore this part will be also x. X, x, x. AC is 3x. It means AF will be 1/3 of AC. Correct? Next. So next is question number 7. Triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. All sides are equal. DEF are the midpoints of the sides. We have to prove that BDEF is a rhombus. BDF means we have to join this. Correct? So we have to prove that BDEF is a rhombus. Okay, we will apply midpoint theorem. See, D and E are the midpoints of sides BC and AC. It means D will be equal to half of AB. Correct? Similarly, E and F are the midpoints, or directly you can write, see, DE is equal to half AB. Then EF is equal to half BC. Similarly, now DE done, EF done, FB is also equal to half of AB. Why? F is midpoint of AB. It means these two parts are equal. It means FB is half of AB. D is half of AB. Why? Using midpoint theorem. Next, EF is equal to half of BC, again using midpoint theorem. Next is BD. BD is also half of BC. Correct? Clear? So why? D is midpoint of BC. So very easy. See, all the sides are equal or not? AB, BC, AB, BC, AC. All the sides are equal. Why? This is an equilateral triangle. When all the sides are equal, AB, BC, it means all these parts are equal. It means DE, EF, FB, BD, all are equal. It means what? DE is equal to EF is equal to FB is equal to BD, or not? Correct? D is equal to EF is equal to FB is equal to BD. It means all the parts are equal. Now when all the sides are equal, the quadrilateral is a rhombus. Correct? When all the sides are equal, quadrilateral is a rhombus. Correct? Two parts by midpoint theorem and two parts only by the midpoint of the side. D is midpoint, it means BD will be equal to half of BC. F is midpoint of AB, it means FB will be half of AB. Correct? Next. So we have discussed few questions based on midpoint theorem. Now you will see video and this revision video, and any problem you can ask to me. Now last part is intercept theorem. Now for intercept theorem, what is the condition required? For intercept theorem, 3 or more parallel lines must be there. In your book only 3 parallel lines are there or more parallel lines. So intercept made by one transversal on 3 parallel lines are equal. What is the condition given? Condition must be 3 parallel lines. One transversal will cut 3 parallel lines, and these are called intercept, which are AB is equal to BC. This is given and these are called intercepts. So if 3 or more parallel lines are there and intercepts made by one transversal, if intercepts made by one transversal on 3 parallel lines are equal, then intercepts made by another transversal on the same parallel lines must be same. So what is the condition we are having? AB is equal to BC we are having, P is parallel to Q is parallel to R. So these two conditions are required for applying intercept theorem. So when 3 or more parallel lines are there and these parallel lines are cut by a transversal L, and such that intercepts made by one transversal are equal, then if any other transversal is drawn, then intercepts made by another transversal will be also equal. It means what is the result then? DE is equal to EF. So this is intercept theorem. Now you can see videos, we have done 2-3 questions. Correct? You can solve. So this is your revision part. Thank you.